Welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport.
Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport, and today we're going to look at all the crashes from the Toyota Racing Series 2020, every single one of them that I could find. And as we get started, this is a series for younger drivers, and we start with someone we'll be seeing quite a lot of, as Enqvist spins, and in the background you can see Angolan driver Rui Andrade also spinning in sympathy. Enqvist though hits the wall, he is out of the race. Rui Andrade wouldn't be finished there. Here he is running ride, spinning it round, bouncing up and down, going across the track. He would continue from this. But it was an interesting outing for the Angolan. Here's another man we'll be seeing a lot of. Here is Denner, the Frenchman, running wide into the gravel and spinning off in qualifying at Tonga. That would be that for him. In the race though, here's Kohlbecker, being the unlucky one in three cars all next to each other. Never works well for someone, and this time unfortunately it was Kohlbecker. And moments later, Yuki Tsunoda got a rude tap up the back by Jackson Walls, sending him spinning. Luckily for the Japanese driver, he wouldn't be too badly damaged and would continue. Here's Enqvist again, darting off into the gravel all on his own. Not a good series for the young Swede. Here's Jackson Walls, again sliding wide onto the grass. Good car control. Pushes Yuki Tsunoda wide as well. Both of them entertaining the crowd. And here's Rasmussen, the Dane, trying to get past Denner. Just taking them both off. It was a very bad attempt at an overtake. And Frenchman Denner would not be very happy with the Dane. Ending both their races in the gravel. Just a little bit over enthusiastic there. Speaking of Denner, here he is again. Just wait for it. There he is. Kohlbecker gets a tap from behind from the Swede Eriksson. Takes them both out. Not really anything you can do about that one. And here's Zendelli. Just running ride. Doing a bit of grass mowing. Kicking up the dust. But he would continue. As would Collet. Doing pretty much the same thing. Maybe these drivers would be better off rallying. Axel Gnos was not expecting this from the young Dutchman van der Helm. And Gnos's race would end in the gravel. And here's Colapinto. The young Argentine impressed throughout the Toyota Racing Series. And if this was just a little spin, probably helped on his way. And he would continue. Now here was a strange one, lining up behind a safety car. You had three cars get into each other here. It's Rui Andrade hits the car in front. Gnos crashes into him and takes his wheel off. And Cohen has nowhere to go and hits the broadside Andrade. And here's another one. Lawson, championship leader. Something wrong with his car. Nothing Kohlbecker can do. Runs straight into the back of him, takes a wheel off. And this might have been the moment Lawson's championship ended in the gravel. Although there was clearly something else wrong with his car. And here's Jackson Walls again. He should definitely consider a career in rallying. He is clearly very good at it. The young Aussie really showing what he can do off the road. And here's Collet. He started the series so well, but things just didn't go his way, and here he is backwards into the wall. A disappointing series for the young Brazilian. And here's Denner again. There he is at the bottom of the screen, just running wide and into the barrier. Believe it or not, he was also quite impressive in this series. But he seemed to have a crash at every round. And here's Fraga and Saucy. Saucy just spinning Fraga around. And Fraga desperately needed points at this stage. He probably wasn't very happy with that. Now the final round, Ken Smith joined the grid, the 78-year-old who was a 3-time New Zealand Grand Prix winner. He had an interesting time in qualifying, a spin, a crash, but still it's nice to see a legend on the grid. Now here's Saucy again, and you can see him there just running wide, copying Collet and Walls in a bit of rallying, but as we can see from another angle, wasn't entirely his fault. Just tapped by Ericsson sent him wide, but he would continue. And here's our two best friends again, Denner and Enqvist. This time making things easier and going off together in a big way. These two were definitely the crashiest drivers in the series. And this wouldn't be the last time we saw the pair. Now this last race of the series is always the New Zealand Grand Prix. And there's a lot to be fighting for. And the action gets very close as we see Yuki Tsunoda and Gregoire Saucy prove. Tsunoda is desperate to get past as he's climbing through the field, but Saucy definitely does not want him to get past. The cars get a little bit close and Saucy just gets a little bit of a tap, sends him wide. Both would happily continue. And here's our friend Henning Enqvist again, locking up, running wide. Maybe he should rent a car, because his is definitely second hand by the end of this series. And now, young Dutchman, Van der Helm, who was actually too young to race in the first couple of rounds, only turned 16 during the series. And our last crash, here is Denner again, spinning round on his own into the gravel. Not a happy Frenchman. And I'll leave you with Fraga on his final lap before taking the win in the New Zealand Grand Prix and the Toyota Racing Series of 2020 as his father watches on. He came in as a virtual unknown, but if you know anything about esports, he is known as the fastest gamer in the world, and now proving it on the track as well. He clearly has a happy future in front of him, and I want to thank you all for watching. Please subscribe. I'm desperate to hit 30 subscribers by the time Formula 1 starts again, and I really appreciate your support. Leave a like, a comment, share it around, whatever you want to do. But all the best, and have a good one.